A study done by Weinberg et al. 2016 showed that students struggle to evaluate the credibility of information online, and only 2% have the critical thinking skills to identify fake news stories. Evaluating the credibility of claims and arguments involves progressing beyond merely identifying the source of propositions in an argument to examining the credibility of those identified sources. Let's take a look at 10 ways to identify fake news. Don't just read the headlines. Read the full article and assess the source of the information. Look for evidence, not opinions, unless it's a relevant expert's opinion. Personal experience and common beliefs are not credible sources. Are other sources covering the story? If multiple sources are covering the story, it is more likely to be legitimate. If not, it could be unreliable. Take note of the website you are reading from. Does the website look phony or untrustworthy? Read about the site, the author, or publisher. Knowing more about these will help inform your evaluation. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but pictures can lie as well. Ask yourself if the reason presented to you for believing something are actually relevant to the central claim. If the structure lacks logic, or what the writer presents as logic is weak, this may be a sign that you're dealing with fake news. Logic is objective. Look out for dramatic punctuation and sensational language. Real news often uses sensational headlines, but fake news can go overboard. Take extra care when evaluating sensationalistic reports, regardless of the source. Construction of logic requires care, so look out for careless presentations. Count the reasons and objections for both sides of the argument. If there's a large imbalance, it may mean that the author is biased, or it could mean that there is an imbalance of evidence. It may not be biased writing. There are two extremes in bias. The first is when objections are admitted because the author agrees with the claim. The second extreme is omitting support because the author opposes the claim. In both cases, important arguments are overlooked. Question the intentions of the author and ask, what is the purpose of this news story? News should be objective. If the presentation evokes some type of emotion, it means that either you or the author is biased. Honestly assess both possibilities. Evoking emotion is commonplace in things like editorials and opinion articles, so it may not be fake news. Be aware of the piece's format, its role, and its purpose. Recognizing potential omission, bias, and imbalance in an argument is a way to identify and address an argument's underlying motivations. We hope that the 10 ways provided for spotting fake news are helpful to you in determining truth.